Hello and a very warm welcome to the Grassroots Weekender show. As you can see, I'm really wrapped up. I have to be, don't I, because that icy weather has come once again. It struck a little bit early, but hey ho, we're UK. What more could we expect? And I know for the fact that a lot of grassroots football games have been cancelled on the pitches because obviously they're going to be rock hard. And this is the council. I'm not too sure about your area, but if it's your area still on, then we're going to be talking a little bit about REFspect on and off the field of play. But unfortunately, plenty of games have been cancelled, and what can you do? You just have to get out there, get on with it, and just enjoy yourselves. But if the 3G or 4G hubs are on, then I'm sure the kids are still going to be cold. But if it's this weather, well, it is icy, but if the sun's shining, not too bad. Might thaw them out, but if it really is early kickoffs, they could be in doubt, I assure you. So I can't see, to be honest, the way the weather is. We're not going to have an icy night again. So anyway, for those messages, the people who are playing football, if you are playing football, there will be games tomorrow afternoon, because at the end of the day, the Premier League is back, isn't it? The international break is over. The Premier League is absolutely fantastic, by the way, the World Cup qualifiers. Did anyone see Ireland and Scotland? I must admit, I have to be honest, the Scotland game, I was more overwhelmed and made up for them than I was England. And I think that's obviously because England have qualified and there was nothing really to play for. But I was really over the moon for Scotland. So well done qualifying there. Wales have got a place, or a playoff place, and it could be that they play in Ireland. Oh my God. Dear me, what's going to happen there? We can't cheer them all. I've had love to every one of them. All the nations, the 4 nations, gone through and challenged in the World Cup in America. That's next year. I'll be away, no doubt, watching that in Cyprus. Nice warm weather, but it'll be even hotter over there. Can they cope? Now, anyone who's watched the England games, and everyone's raving about the way they are, the way they're playing and what they're doing, and the team coming together, young players, but I can't get it out of my head that they have actually played no one. And what I mean by that is, you know, good teams, we haven't come across them yet. You can say, wow, look at this record, clean sheets, many years on. People won't recognise that and just look at the history and go, tell you what, there must have been some team then to qualify like that, unbeaten and not conceding a goal. But you look into it and you see they were weak teams, and I don't know why many of the pundits are raving, because they'll change their mind as soon as they come across a top team, and then they'll say, well, do you know what, they didn't play anyone. And we can all forecast this, can't we, when we all see and watch the big screens when the games come on. And when I'm sure England are going to have some more friendlies, but will he make them tougher, or will he just keep the team motivated and play games and win games and not concede goals? Well, your thoughts, mail@don'texttheline.com. You made up England are through. Who is your favourite team to get through to the World Cup finals, and who do you think will win? Go on and win. Will it be England? How many will say England? Add me as a friend on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, all the social network sites. We've got to congratulate all the teams who are qualified, who have qualified, and let's just wait and see what happens. Now let's just hope. We've got a few injuries. We know the Liverpool Football Club I'm talking about. Conor Bradley out for probably a month again, and Wirtz, he's out for a couple of games, I should imagine. I don't know how many other injuries we've got from the international breaks, how many other teams are struggling, but this season, you've got to look at us and just say, no team out there can say Liverpool haven't had the fair share of injuries this year. Everyone was saying we didn't get injuries last year. Now we're the worst team in the league. The Premier League is the best they've ever seen. This is because Liverpool are on top, by the way. This is why it's the best they've ever seen. Now, you've got to be honest and say, yeah, you're probably right there. Let's just hope that Liverpool can get on top of things and put a run together. It's no good just, as I say, winning one game and drawing the next or losing the next. Okay, we've lost 5 on the run, or 5 shall we say, 5 games, and it's not very often that a team can lose so many games. But I believe, I really do believe that it's a weak league, Premier League, and teams like Man City, Arsenal, they're going to start losing games. They will not have a tremendous run like they're having. It's early, and say the first half of the season, second half of the season will be, I don't know, a little bit harder or easier, I don't know. There aren't that many tournaments. You've just got to look at it and look at things, you know. I think Arsenal have been, Crystal Palace have had a fixture, where they had a fixture congestion, they've had games rescheduled, and I'm not too sure whether it'll help them, but I'm sure Liverpool, Man City, even Man United, going back a while ago, couldn't get fixture changes to give them an extra break. I'm sure if I'm right, let me know, get in touch with me. I'd love to know your thoughts. Anyway, the Premier League is back tomorrow, and along with grassroots football, hopefully you'll get your games on. Not too sure about the early kickoffs. Maybe if you leave it till later on, maybe it'll thaw out, the pitches will thaw out, or we could just have some rain tonight and everything will be honky-dory. Not too sure about the grass pitches, but wherever you are, wherever you're out and about and whatever you're doing, make sure if you go and watch grassroots football, then you show loads of REFspect on and off the field of play. Now, last week was Silent Weekend. How did it go? Love to know what your thoughts were about it. And I know for a fact here, I know Silent Weekend has brought out to be good, meant to be good, to help the kids play football, help, you know, without any sound, any noise, any coaches jumping in. But I don't think that's here to stay. My honest opinion, this is only my opinion, because I go on week in, week out, as you know yourself, and I see football, grassroots football, regardless now, whether we are a different species in Liverpool and Manchester and all the northern teams, that passion in the game is rife, and I don't like to take passion out of the game. I like to see kids getting loads of encouragement and support, not the verbal abuse, not the aggressive behaviour. I like loads of encouragement, and give the kids a smile, put the kids on a smile on their face. But Silent Weekends would take all that away. Now, kids when they're playing football probably don't realise they're only playing football with the mates, and you can hear their own mates shout and scream for the ball, pass the ball here, and you can hear the referee's whistle. And I suppose it's not a bad thing if it really is silent. Kids will get on and still play the game because they will hear the sounds of their own voices. But parents like to go with the kids, and you can't, you know, you talk about safeguarding and things like that. If someone else has taken 5 kids to a football match and there's no mums and dads there, you can't stop them. It's all the red tape. You can't stop them from going to the football. You can't stop them from shouting. I suppose if it's all encouragement and clapping of hands, fantastic. Let's all make that noise. Let's all get behind the kids and let the kids enjoy the football the way it should be enjoyed. No verbal abuse, no aggressive behaviour, no racist comments, and no bullying on and off the field of play. But unfortunately, we all know that goes on. So people are trying their very best. And I know the FA really bang the drum when it comes to Silent Weekends. We've been doing this since 2003, Don't Cross the Line, and we'd loved that support of the FA. We would have loved all that. We work closely with everyone, especially the governing bodies. And I don't know whether the FA thought or felt that we were a threat to them, because things are really working. Don't Cross the Line is a brilliant campaign, and we do go out and we talk to spectators and irate parents as well, and managers and coaches, believe me. But it's not down to Don't Cross the Line to stop everything. We just portray the message about supporting the children, and encouragement is brilliant in football, in grassroots football. If you can carry on like that and give the kids a good attitude as they're growing up, take that into the adult game themselves, then football will be a better place to be. And on the field of play, obviously, we want to take all that aggressive behaviour out of them if we possibly can. So our message is loud and clear to all the mums and dads and grandparents and aunties, uncles, brothers, sisters, just to behave, and the coaches, yes, and managers, to behave from the sidelines and on the field of play, and also off the field of play. Encourage your referee as well, because we keep telling everyone the referee is the target, unfortunately, because if that referee makes a decision that one line doesn't agree with, then all hell breaks loose. We all know that. Everyone's blaming the referee for being on the side of the opposition, and vice versa. If that happens from the other sideline, it could happen again. Shouting and screaming at the referee, chasing the referee away from the game. And we need our referees, because discipline is the name of the game as well, and kids need to be taught discipline. It happens in schools, we don't take that away from them, and also on the field of play. You've got to put the kids in the place as well, and that is why the referees are there, to interpret the laws of the game on and off the field of play. And when I say by off the field of play, you can still get sent off. You start having a right go at the referee. So this is what we're trying to say. Encourage more referees to come to the game as well, because the majority of them are still at school. Have you noticed? Yes, plenty of you have. There's been an input of 1 million referees, I'd say, coming into the game. Don't quote me on those figures, but I can understand that county FAs now are inundated with the youngsters who want to come into the game and referee. Whether they can fit them in with the leagues, are the referees, short of games? I'm not too sure, but I know for a fact that there's been many referees come through to officiate for this season as well. What's going to happen next season? There's all the changes in the game. We'll be talking to managers in the build up to all that, because as we say, we're doing a lot of work with Don't Cross the Line. We're doing a lot of work in grassroots football. We're still banging a drum for mental health struggles within grassroots football, and once again we can't thank Quarry Green Vipers under 9s, Craig and Jay, enough for their support with us last week. And it's nearly a week since we did that walk. Unreal. Wow, a week tomorrow when we completed 8 Mile for the kids, with the kids, and raising funds for Quarry Green Vipers and Heart of Gold, one step ahead on mental health. And as we say, £1,000, absolutely brilliant, raised by an under 9s team and the parents as well. Massive thank you to all involved who took part in it, and it was a lovely day, I must admit. It was nice. Everyone expected, because the Friday was atrocious, we could never have done that on the Friday. Kids had been too cold. On the Saturday, everyone was red hot, everyone had the clothing on, but at the end of the day it was very warm indeed by the time we finished that walk, and it was really enjoyable, I have to say. And what an achievement by all involved. So there you go, that's what we're talking about, people getting involved in grassroots football to make a difference, and making a difference towards mental health. One step ahead on mental health with our Heart of Gold initiatives is absolutely amazing, fantastic. We can't thank any of you enough, I assure you. I just think it's been unbelievable, and it gives us an insight in what we can do to mental health, especially with trying to get some of the kids involved in here. We got young Dan, incidentally apologies from young Dan and Jay, but down on Spotify, because I've got to get an upgraded version on software apparently for my iMac, and it's all in hand. That'll be up and running very soon indeed. And what we're going to do on Spotify is look at the pro side of things, getting us really involved and making superstars out of all our guests when they come in to the studio, or even when we do an online broadcast as well, because that will be unreal, I assure you. We've got young Dan, who's going to be our tech expert. It's going to be brilliant, sorting out everything, and also he's coming on board with a coordinator for the referees as well. So what more could we ask for? Yes, watch this space. A lot is happening within grassroots football with Don't Cross the Line. And don't forget our 3 dates as well. On the 12th of April 2026, 18th and 25th, where all the Premier Games match officials, the Premier League referees, will be wearing our tops, REFspect, during their warm-ups on the fields of play at all Premier League grounds. Now, we can't thank those people enough. This is amazing, and we thank the Premier League and the PGMOL and also the PFA, because they are getting involved, supporting us with that t-shirts for the referees. What more could we ask for? So we want to make it bigger and better and make a difference to everyone in grassroots football out there. So you'll see me on social media. I'm getting better as the days go on, so I'll be back in work very, very soon to make a difference once again in grassroots football from the sidelines. And while the weather comes in, there's many games off. I'm not missing too much, so which is a good thing. But I'll be out and about over the weekend, talking, doing a little bit of exercise and getting myself fit and healthy, hopefully. And the weather, if it's cold, freezing, well, I'll just sit in a cafe and have a cup of tea and then march out when I feel a little bit warmer. But that's the way to be. But also, kids, make sure you've got thermal tops underneath your tops. I see some kids in short sleeves when it's absolutely Baltic, freezing, and just a football top on. They must be absolutely drained of cold. So you've got to watch them. Hypothermia could set in very, very easily, and tomorrow is no different. Make sure the kids are all wrapped up nice and warm. It may be a cracking day for football tomorrow, not too sure, but the council don't cancel games unless they believe it's going to be a bit of a nightmare in grassroots football. So if you're out and about and making a difference with everyone, which you will be, then please remember the referees are only there to improve their refereeing. They've been on the courses, so they want to develop their skills, they want to go higher. Many of them do, not too sure about all of them, because as we know, it's a setting point, I suppose, for them to raise a few bob, because they're going to uni and things like that. They want to put money away, buy their own clothes, take the pressure off them mums and dads, which is absolutely brilliant. And the kids themselves as well, they just want to develop their skills. So we ask and we plead to all parents and relatives of the kids, when you go out there, please just support them. Take a back seat, count to 10 if you think that you need to shout. Just shout encouragement, and not just your own team, for the opposition as well, because the kids, as we say, are just developing their skills along with the young referees. Experienced referees don't tend to have too much of it, because they just pick the ball up and walk away and abandon the game. So what a message to set. And also, we've seen a lot of bans and what have you. The FA are now putting out on social media what action they are taking towards people who are offending in grassroots football and making it hard for everyone else to play the game. So watch this space. There is big changes coming ahead. But as we say, we apologise to all our Spotify listeners, watchers. We will get it sorted, but we are on YouTube, GXTL TV from the touchlines. You can subscribe on that one as well. It's free if you don't mind, so please get in touch. And we are going to be launching our Lean On Me song with our Heart of Gold choir very, very soon indeed, because we need to put pressure on, because lives matter in grassroots football as well as senior level, because we don't want kids suffering from mental health struggles, and that seems to be the case at the moment. Not many, not all of them, but just one is one too many. So if we can all make a difference like we did last week, then we'll all be happy here at TXDL and with our Heart of Gold initiative as well. So please get in touch. We want to do some sort of competition, make a difference when it comes to our REFspect awareness weekends, national weekends. We want to try and make that difference, and we're trying to do a competition where the kids can get involved. So yeah, loads of studying, loads of work to be done, and loads of support we need as well from the likes of yourselves. So please do not hesitate to get in touch with us and let us know how you can help out along the way in grassroots football. So in the meantime, we appreciate everyone joining in and supporting us and backing us to everything that we do and what we have to do and what we're going to do in the future. We need your support, as we said earlier on. Thanks for tuning in. For myself, Malday, and all the team here at the Grassroots Show. Don't cross the line. REFspect programme, Heart of Gold Initiatives, No Ref, No Game, and one step ahead on mental health. Take care, and we'll see you sometime tomorrow round about 4 p.m. But the Premier League is back, so that might change. See you tomorrow. Cheerio for now.